All right, Yankees fans, we need to dive into some of the hottest topics circulating around the team, and it starts with Jazz Chisholm. Lately, there's been chatter about the Yankees being open-minded when it comes to a potential trade, but let's slow down and parse exactly what's being said. The reality is, the Yankees are not actively shopping Chisholm. The team's general manager, Brian Cashman, has made it clear that this is about being receptive to proposals while exploring ways to strengthen the pitching staff, not about letting go of one of their most dynamic players. Chisholm remains a cornerstone, a player who's already made the team better since his acquisition 2 trade deadlines ago. He brings athleticism, elite defensive skills, power at the plate, and the ability to steal bases, which makes him an incredibly valuable second baseman. There's simply no scenario on the table where the Yankees are seriously considering trading him, and any speculation should be taken with a grain of caution. Now, should the Yankees ever even entertain trading Jazz? It's complicated. He's under contract for 1 more year, and unless the team is ready to part ways after that, moving him would be a monumental decision. To put in perspective, Chisholm is a .303 hitter with a proven track record at second base. You're not likely to find someone better at that position. Comparisons have been made to Brendan Donovan, but it's clear that Jazz outperforms him in every meaningful metric. Donovan is a good player, no doubt, but he does not match the combination of power, defensive prowess, and offensive consistency that Chisholm brings. Trading Jazz for Donovan would essentially be a downgrade, giving you 1 more year of team control, but sacrificing top-tier talent. The numbers don't lie. Chisholm is a 30-home run, high RBI threat who can change games both offensively and defensively, and giving that up requires extraordinary justification, like acquiring a starting pitcher of elite caliber, perhaps someone along the lines of Freddie Peralta. But even then, the trade-off is significant, and the Yankees have to weigh the risk carefully. Speaking of offensive production, the team is also facing decisions with Cody Bellinger and Trent Giesam. Bellinger's 29 homers and close to 100 RBIs from last season make him a prime target, but the market is competitive. The Mets, in particular, are aggressively pursuing him, which could complicate the Yankees' plans. Giesam had a career year with 34 homers, doubling his previous career high, but replicating the kind of breakout season is notoriously difficult. While Giesham's performance was impressive, it is not a guarantee of sustained output. The Yankees' challenge is not only retaining their core hitters, but also ensuring they can replace any production lost if Bellinger departs. Giesham's breakout season added tremendous value, yet the team cannot rely on history repeating itself. Cody Bellinger's consistency is also a concern. While he showed flashes of brilliance last season, his career has been volatile, and the Yankees need to consider whether he can maintain peak performance year after year. On top of that, the team's calculations have to factor in Aaron Judge, who is still in his prime, but turning 34. Judge's consistency is crucial, but even a slight dip in performance or health issues could affect the overall offensive output. If the Yankees were to lose Bellinger, they would be looking at nearly 30 home runs to replace, not to mention additional RBIs and on-base contributions. This is why discussions around potential trades and signings must be approached with nuance. Replacing that kind of production is not easy, and even top-tier players can fluctuate in performance. If Bellinger were to be lost to free agency or sign elsewhere, the Yankees would need to pivot quickly, considering alternatives such as Kyle Tucker, who has been suggested as a potential replacement capable of delivering comparable offensive power. Meanwhile, the Yankees are also eyeing their pitching staff. Luke Weaver has emerged as a point of interest. After a strong 2024 season where he delivered a 3.62 ERA across 64 appearances, he demonstrated his capability to perform under pressure in New York. There are skeptics among the fan base, particularly after some struggles in the latter half of the season, but his overall contribution cannot be ignored. Weaver has shown he can handle high-leverage situations and provide stability for the bullpen. Despite concerns about declining velocity on his fastball, his experience and proven track record make him a logical candidate for retention. The Yankees need depth and reliability in their pitching, and Weaver represents a player who has already adapted to the pressures of Yankee Stadium and delivered when it counted. Additionally, the broader strategy for the Yankees this offseason appears to lean toward acquiring pitching through trades rather than free agent signings. While some names have been floated in the media, the focus seems to be on internal solutions and shrewd trades to bolster the roster. Decisions like whether to move Chisholm, sign Bellinger, or bring back Weaver all connect to this overarching goal. The complexity lies in balancing offensive firepower, defensive reliability, and pitching depth while navigating a competitive free agent market and potential trade partners like the Mets. Each decision has ripple effects, influencing both short-term success and long-term planning. The team must consider performance variability, injury risk, and the potential upside of targeting high-impact players who can transform the roster. All of these dynamics paint a picture of a Yankees offseason filled with tough choices. The conversation around Jazz Chisholm, Cody Bellinger, Trent Giesham, and Luke Weaver is far from hypothetical. These are concrete decisions that will shape the team's competitiveness in the next season. Chisholm's role as a versatile, all-around second baseman provides stability, whereas Bellinger and Giesham bring critical offensive contributions that are difficult to replicate. Weaver offers bullpen security that could be the difference between close games won and lost. With the market moving quickly and competition fierce, every move matters. Fans should expect strategic maneuvering as the Yankees aim to retain core talent while exploring opportunities to improve the roster, all with an eye toward maintaining a championship-caliber team in an increasingly competitive landscape. Continuing from the discussions about roster management and off-season strategy, the Yankees face a delicate balancing act that goes beyond just players like Jazz Chisholm or Cody Bellinger. Every move they make has the potential to ripple through both the lineup and pitching staff, and understanding the nuances is critical to evaluating their approach. The competition for talent is fierce, and the decisions made in the coming months will likely define the team's trajectory for the next season. While Chisholm remains untouchable for the moment, the broader roster questions involve weighing consistency, potential, and cost, all against the backdrop of a market that has become increasingly aggressive. Luke Weaver's situation is a prime example of how the Yankees are navigating their pitching priorities. Despite some fans' skepticism about his performance in the latter months of the previous season, Weaver has proven himself capable of stepping up in high-pressure situations. A 3.62 ERA over 64 appearances, coupled with a WHIP just above 1, reflects a pitcher who can provide reliability in the bullpen. His strikeout numbers also suggest he can dominate when necessary. And even though his fastball velocity may have declined slightly, the Yankees see value in experience and poise under pressure. Maintaining depth in the bullpen is critical for New York, and Weaver's familiarity with the team system gives him an edge over potential external options who would require adjustment time. The decision to bring him back would not be just about statistics. It is also about trust, adaptability, and proven effectiveness in the unique environment of Yankee Stadium. The discussion of the team's offensive production brings another layer of complexity. Bellinger's free agency looms large, and while the Yankees remain interested, the competition is real. The Mets have expressed strong interest, which means that negotiations will not be straightforward. If Bellinger chooses to go elsewhere, the Yankees will have to pivot quickly. Kyle Tucker emerges as a logical alternative, offering power and consistency that could potentially offset the loss of a 30-home run contributor. However, Tucker's availability and contract expectations add an additional layer of strategic planning. It's not simply a matter of signing a player. It's about acquiring someone who can integrate seamlessly into the lineup while maintaining or improving overall offensive output. Balancing these factors requires foresight, flexibility, and an understanding of the player's strengths relative to team needs. Trent Giesham's breakout season adds yet another variable to consider. Doubling his previous career high with 34 home runs was remarkable, but expecting that level of performance to continue is risky. Baseball is notoriously unpredictable, and breakout seasons often regress. While Giesham's contributions last season were substantial, the Yankees must be realistic about projecting future output. His ability to perform at the same level next season is uncertain, and relying too heavily on one player's peak performance could create gaps if he underperforms. Strategic roster management involves anticipating these fluctuations and preparing contingencies, which could include pursuing additional talent or reconfiguring positions to maximize overall efficiency. Aaron Judge remains a key element in these calculations. Still in his prime, but approaching 34, his health and consistency will significantly impact the Yankees' offensive ceiling. Even if Judge continues to perform at an elite level, the team must account for potential shortfalls elsewhere. If Bellinger departs or Gizam regresses, the offensive load may shift, requiring adjustments in the lineup and possibly increasing pressure on other key players. Judge's production is somewhat predictable, but baseball's inherent variability means that the Yankees cannot assume perfection. Injury, fatigue, or minor dips in performance could have outsized effects, underscoring the importance of depth and versatility across the roster. Pitching remains an equally pressing concern. The Yankees' strategy appears to emphasize acquiring starters through trades rather than free agent signings. Jack Curry's recent reporting suggests that the team is more likely to pursue a trade to strengthen the starting rotation than to rely solely on external acquisitions. This approach reflects both prudence and flexibility, recognizing that high-quality starting pitching can be difficult to acquire in the open market, and trades allow the team to address multiple needs simultaneously. Decisions surrounding pitchers like Luke Weaver fit into this broader strategic plan. Retaining reliable bullpen arms while seeking impactful starters via trade can provide a balance that optimizes both short-term success and long-term roster stability. Market dynamics also play a significant role in shaping the Yankees' approach. Players like Bellinger are not just evaluated on talent. The competition for their services influences contract terms, negotiation leverage, and potential trade scenarios. If other teams aggressively pursue key targets, the Yankees must respond strategically, balancing budget considerations, long-term planning, and immediate roster needs. This environment requires foresight and the ability to anticipate moves by competitors like the Mets. Timing, contract structure, and the willingness of players to compromise on duration or salary can all affect the outcome of negotiations, making the front office's role both delicate and essential. In addition, the Yankees' offensive and defensive balance is a critical consideration. Jazz Chisholm's combination of power, speed, and defensive skill makes him indispensable, while the potential loss of Bellinger or fluctuations in Gisham's performance highlight the need for careful roster planning. Each decision is interconnected. Altering one piece of the puzzle can affect batting order strategy, infield coverage, and bullpen usage. The team's objective is to maintain competitive advantage across all facets, ensuring that both offense and pitching remain balanced. Trades, free agent signings, and internal player development all factor into this delicate ecosystem, demanding precise evaluation and timely action. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. In what could be one of the most jaw-dropping moves of the season, whispers are swirling around Major League Baseball that the New York Yankees have struck a deal to acquire top pitching prospect Paul Skenes from the Pittsburgh Pirates in a blockbuster trade. While neither team has confirmed the details publicly, sources close to the situation suggest the Yankees are pulling out all the stops to secure the young fireballer who has been turning heads across the league with his electric fastball and devastating secondary pitches. Skenes, widely regarded as one of the brightest pitching prospects in recent memory, has reportedly been on the Yankees' radar for months. Rumors indicate that the Bombers were willing to part with multiple top prospects to bring him into the Bronx, signaling a serious commitment to bolstering their rotation and making a statement about their championship ambitions. The trade, if finalized, would mark a seismic shift not only for the Yankees but also for the Pirates, who are reportedly looking to retool their roster and add depth through young talent in exchange for their prized arm. Analysts are already speculating about the impact this move could have on New York's pitching staff. with Skenes potentially joining a rotation that has been searching for consistency and dominance. The Yankees could be positioning themselves as true contenders. Meanwhile, the Pirates are said to be aiming for a long-term rebuild strategy, leveraging Skenes' value to acquire multiple pieces that could pay dividends for years to come. The baseball world is buzzing with questions. How will Skenes adjust to the bright lights of New York? Will the pressure of the storied franchise affect his development? And, perhaps most importantly, what does this mean for the Yankees' overall strategy heading into the season? Fans and insiders alike are dissecting every rumor and leak, from locker room reactions to potential lineup shifts, as the excitement builds around what could become one of the most talked-about trades in recent history. While details remain murky and official announcements are still pending, the speculation alone has ignited conversations across sports networks, social media, and clubhouse chatter. If this deal goes through as rumored, the Yankees may have just secured a generational talent whose presence could reshape the team's fortunes for years. One thing is certain. The eyes of the baseball world are now firmly fixed on New York, waiting to see if the rumors will solidify into reality. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.